So I recently turned 30 years old. I am using a filter. I have anemia and acne scars, by the way. So I recently turned 30 years old. And I feel like nothing I do is enough to protect myself from the societal collapse or the downfall of society. I feel like everything is coming at me at once. I feel like I saw a lot of this stuff coming for me, and I feel like no matter what I could do, nothing is enough. I have awareness, but it seems like awareness is not enough, and there's not enough action that I could do to prevent myself from suffering from the decay of society. And I guess I'm just being doom and gloom. That I should be more positive. And I think part of it is my anemia issue, and possibly seasonal affective disorder, because it's getting cold again. But from what I see, it seems like everything I was scared of happening in the US, it seems like all of my fears are slowly manifesting themselves. And I'm in the US, but the US dollar is the reserve currency, and it's a lot of economies are basically dependent on the US dollar. So what happens here, with the economy here and the politics here, it has an influence over what happens in other countries that, they might be more progressive to an extent, but it kind of goes, and vice versa, is the conservative, affecting healthcare can, it goes both ways, and people can't contribute to the economy when their health is suffering. So there's an important balance to be made. I didn't have children because I didn't feel comfortable. I know how people are. I have to feel safe myself and secure myself before I were to want to have a child. It's my survival instincts. And for me, I think that maybe I've been in survival mode for much of my life, so I've been prevented from necessarily thriving or seeking relationships with other people. But I see how there's connections in my health and how it's like an interdependent system, and every person is a microcosm of what's happening at large. Every person is a reflection to an extent of the society in which they live in. So there's sociological aspects to the economy, and just like there's sociological aspects to criminology and how that affects the economy and healthcare. And so I can see all these connections, and I feel like I'm like caught in a web. So, and I'm posting this on the web, so there's that. There's because I've suffered from paranoia, and I know that there's all this AI stuff now. They can make fake videos of people now, and I've been just, my mental health has been severely affected by my awareness of things. And I'm just trying to basically cope and survive to, basically that's how I will do better for the community and the collective, is by trying not to be as much of a burden onto others, as there's already a lot of burdens on the system, and I'm trying not to be a burden. And I think that's what a lot of people feel, before they die, or elders feel in geriatric care. I have volunteered for a hospice before, so I'm somewhat familiar with end of life, the stages of end of life, and end of life care. But I can see how it connects to, we're all affected by that. And I can see the connections between the different age groups, and how we're not in an equilibrium. We're living out of balance with nature, and it has been hurting a lot of people. So I'm trying to be collaborative and cooperative as much as possible, and to not be a burden onto society.